Markifact gives you 3 ways to get the work done, and which one you pick depends on where you want to work and how predictable the outcome needs to be. Agents are the AI built into Markifact. It's flexible, it's smart, it works inside Markifact like ChatGPT. MCP lets you use Markifact from your own ChatGPT or Claude, and Workflow give you deterministic automation. Same input, same output every single time. All 3 have one thing in common. They make the Google Ads and Meta Ads interface irrelevant. You don't need to go button clicking in the platforms anymore. By the end of this video, you will know exactly when to use each one. Alright, let's get into it.
Agents are the AI built-in experience inside Markifact. You can access the agent from the Agent tab, and then you can create multiple agents. Let's do a very simple one. So how does an agent work? It's sort of a chat box, like ChatGPT if you wish. The difference is that Markifact AI agent has all the marketing knowledge from Markifact. So how to use the tool properly, Google Ads, Meta, and all the other tools available in Markifact. So the AI knows exactly how to talk with those platforms and make changes to those platforms and get data from those platforms. This is the big difference. What's cool with the agent is that you can also choose which model you want to use for the brain of the agent if you wish. And the great thing is that you can also add your own API key. So you don't rely on Markifact credits, you can put your own key right there. So basically the agents are LLM agnostic. You can work with GPT or Claude, it doesn't matter. The agent is there and knows Markifact and knows marketing, and then you plug the brain that you want with your token or Markifact token. The good thing is that that agent, you can just start chatting with the agent, but you can also connect the agent to external channel like Slack or WhatsApp. It means that you can discuss with the agent right from Slack or on your phone through WhatsApp directly. You don't need to come every time to Markifact to this interface to chat with the agent. So let's do a very simple thing. For example, give me the search terms for the past 7 days for my account LFI Inverse. So the agent finished working and gave me the exact list of search terms we show up on for the past 7 days. But the agent can do more than just reporting. We can also take action in the account through the agent. So let's take, for example, a keyword like this one, not really relevant. We can ask the agent to actually exclude those keywords from our campaign. So take action. Can you please exclude that search term from our campaign? You can exclude the keyword at campaign level. And I will just copy paste the keyword. Every time you will ask the agent to change something in the account, like creating a new campaign, excluding keywords, creating an ad set, creating an ad, whatever, the agent will always ask you for validation. So as always, first is looking on how to do things, understand how to do them, and then we'll ask you validation before touching anything in the account. For the reporting, you will just fetch the data. For modification, it will always ask. And you see here the little icon that means that it needs an approval step. This is what we call human in the loop. So the agent would never go and do stuff without you approving first. So I can approve and you will exclude that terms from my campaign. So very efficient. Another thing that you can do with agent are schedule tasks. So for example, here I manually did my negative keyword exclusion, but what I could ask is that the agent every Monday morning send me a report with all search terms for the past 7 days and the ones that the agent think we should exclude, and run that every Monday morning. So if you go to the schedule task, you can just create a simple task and just write down what you want the agent to do and schedule it. So for example, manual task. So every Monday, send me via email the search term list for that account for the past 7 days. And give me your suggestion on which terms we should exclude. Let's call it weekly keyword exclusion. And we run it every Monday morning. Every week on Monday at 9 a.m. and send an email with the list. And we can create a task. And now every Monday at 9 a.m. the agent will run and do that exact same task. The final thing that you can do with an agent is to create skills and apply those skills to the agent. So what is a skill? It's extra knowledge, extra know-how. For example, your agency quality standards or your agency way of working. You can create skills. You have custom Markifact skills like how to manage PowerPoints, how to manage PDFs. But you could create a new skill and explain to the AI how you work. So for example, keyword exclusion skill. And here you would just give the instruction. So when you do a negative keyword exclusion, you will always look for branded search terms, you will look for competitor keywords, and you will look for non-relevant terms. This is a very basic one. This is a very simple one. The AI doesn't really need that skill. You will understand that. But if you have more advanced processes at your agency, you can just create that into a skill and create that skill. Negative keywords. And now I can create that skill. So when I will start chatting with my agent, I can click here on skill and select the skill I want. And now I will tell, okay, go check my account LFI inverse and use your skill to exclude the keywords. And so the agent will have way more knowledge on how to do that specific task. Okay, so skills really upgrades your agent to the next level. So this is how you can use agent to manage your task. It's like your personal assistant. You can choose his brain, you can give him skills, and you can connect him to external channels. That's the full AI experience inside Markifact.
MCPs are the bridge between your LLM, like for example, Claude or ChatGPT. I'm using Claude for the example. The MCP does the bridge between your local AI, the AI on your machine, and your platform like Google Ads, Meta. And Markifact MCP makes it super easy because Markifact can connect to Google Ads, GA4, and Meta very efficiently. So it does the bridge between your ad platform and your local AI. So for example, here I have Claude and I've set up the Markifact MCP. So you can see here, if I click connectors, you can see the Markifact MCP server is connected. So when I will ask something to Claude, it will use the Markifact MCP, use my connection, and be able to connect to my Google Ads, Meta, or GA4 account. And this is how I can chat with my data and chat with my account through Claude or ChatGPT. It's the same. So for example, here if I ask, okay, use the Markifact MCP, check my Meta account AFM energy, and give me the spend for yesterday. I give a very specific and simple instruction to my Claude, and Claude will use Markifact MCP, which is connected, to be able to get that data. So you see it's asking me if I allow Claude to use Markifact. So Markifact MCP will do the bridge between the two, because by default your Claude cannot discuss and chat and get the data from your Meta or Google Ads account. You need a bridge between the two, and this is what Markifact is doing with the MCP. So now you see that my Claude is using the MCP to get the information, get the operation, get the input, run operation, to get the data that we want. Okay. So there you go, finish working. So I can see that my account has a spend of 114 euro yesterday. But what's interesting here is how it works. Claude has no access to my account. For Claude to be able to get that data, it needs a middleman, and the middleman is Markifact MCP. So all the connection is done inside Markifact, so it's safe and secure. And my Claude now knows how to ask the question to my Meta account. This is when you use MCP. When you work on your ChatGPT or Claude or Gemini, whatever, and you want to interact with your ad account, you do it through an MCP. Workflows. Let's take this one, for example. It's a monthly report. So let's use the template and I will explain you how it works. So a workflow is a bunch of nodes linked to each other. So we have a step-by-step process, if you wish. So for that monthly slide automated report, the automation is going to, for example, check the account, check the cost and purchase for Google Ads, write that into Google Sheet, then update that in a Google slide. Okay, so if I show you the Google slide,
Every month that we want to run that monthly report, we don't want to redesign all the slides. We just want the data to change and adapt based on the date range. We don't want to change that chart as well. So the idea of a workflow is that you create it once, for example, a reporting, or it could be also an audit of Google Analytics or Meta, whatever, but you want every time the same results. You want every time the same template. You just want the information updated. This is when you are going to use workflows, because workflows are deterministic. Every time you press run, the workflow will go step by step and use the exact same nodes every time. So every month you will run this workflow, it will get the cost, update in Google Sheet, and then update your slides. It's very important when you have work that needs to be the same every time. You don't need to reinvent the wheel every month that you are making a monthly slide report or when you do an audit. So you can build the automation once, and every time you run it, you will have the same results. So when to use a workflow, for example, when you have a reporting, it works pretty well because you create the template once, and then you just need to update the data. Workflows are perfect for that. Let's say that another use case that works pretty well are audit. For an audit, you want to do the same 100 checks every time you run the audit. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. Workflows are perfect for that. So one thing to remember, when you need to do a task that's the same all the time, like monthly reporting or audits, using workflow will get you the same output every time. So strongly suggest to use workflows for those use cases.
3 tools, 1 platform: agents when you want the AI to work inside Markifact, MCP when you want Markifact's power inside the AI tool you already use, and workflows when you want the task to just run itself. Pick the one that fits the job or use all the 3. If you like the video, click the link in the description, go to markifact.com and try it for yourself. Thank you guys for watching. I see you in the next one, and as I always say, happy automating.